Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yo, what's up? This is Stylish, and this is another first-person VOD. It's going to be an in-game VOD of the 2-port wraith build, and it's going to be a pretty short VOD, so I have to speak quickly here. And I'm going to just guide you through some decisions I make here. And I just want to know, I just want you to know that this game is played on ICUP Season 7, and the level is B+ here. It's a B+ Zerg, and so I mean, this strategy is still doable on high levels as well. This game is pretty short actually, because this Zerg is I don't think he expected me to do the 2-port wraith build plus the proxy factory with the vultures here. So he attempted to do a 3-hatch muta build, and that way you're gonna get some easy wins with this build actually. So here I'm just showing you the power of this build when it's actually unnoticed. I'm gonna try to record more VODs of this build where we actually have to transition into something out of the late game, into a 3 racks build or an expansion with bunker and siege mode or something like that, because that's really the hard part with this strategy. But right now I don't have recorded any VOD like that, and I mean, it's a new ICUP season, so I haven't got a good game and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna talk a bit some decisions about some decisions here. As you can see, I block my ramp here with an SV on the correct spot, so he cannot see the mineral patch behind my SV and click on it and go through my SV. So I block his, so he cannot get in with the drone there, and then I wait for 100 minerals so I can make the second start making the second supply. So I have full wall, and then I can use the SV blocking and scout with him instead of blocking, because I mean, you have a wall there, so it's blocked anyway. And usually I use that first SV to go around his overlord. I mean, so his overlord or his drone won't see where you go, and you go to proxy location. Try to avoid his overlord. You go to a proxy location and make a factory there, and you actually don't scout until you have like 18 of 18. Take the SV, making the supply, and scout with him, because then you're gonna scout in time. I mean, you make a marine anyway from the barracks. You're gonna scout in time. If he makes a 9 pull, you're gonna meet the Zerglings in the middle of the map. If he makes a 12 hatch, then you're gonna notice. If he makes 2 hatch or 3 hatch, maybe. I mean, that's all really you need to know. Sometimes you're gonna die the SCD because it's so slow before you get to his main. So, but I mean, the most useful information you can get is whether he makes 9 pull or a 12 hatch, and also if he makes a really fast gas. So I mean, a really fast gas is usually a 2-hatch lair or a 2-hatch hydra build or something like that. Anyway, what I see here is that he is actually placing a 3rd hatchery, so I'm thinking this is going great for me, because a 3-hatch is pretty good. This is pretty good versus 3-hatch opening. But I mean, 3-hatch hydralisks, it could be some troubles as well, but usually 3-hatch is not a good counter to the 2-port wraith build here. As you can see, I placed my starports closer to his main, so the wraiths will arrive earlier. I usually first I produce 2 vultures and rally them and try to sneak behind his mineral line in his expansion to be able to cause him to suffer economical damage, and also pull all his drones to his main. And then I just take my 3rd vulture and I go behind the cliff that is behind his minerals in his expansion and put it at the location where it can fire if you have vision, because I'm going to float the factory to his expansion and I'm going to have vision there. And then I take my initial wraiths actually, and I go to his main and I attack his drones there, so you have to pull his drones to his expansion. But in his expansion I have my vultures, and a vulture behind the cliff there, and a factory, so I have vision, and he cannot pull his drones to any location. And he's gonna get really frustrated, and some of the times he's not gonna GG or anything like that, because I can imagine as a Zerg player facing this strategy, if you don't know it's coming, then it's gonna be really frustrating. Also, you can use this making the factory to open his back door, and I mean, keep producing vultures or whatever. There's really a lot of alternatives here. What's really important is that you keep producing wraiths, that you have enough supply to keep producing wraiths out of both starports at all times. You can see here I had 33 of 34, so I actually take one vulture and sacrifice it to be able to make the wraith. Although this time actually my supply finished just when the vulture died, so I didn't gain anything of that. So that was actually just a bad move there. But make sure to be able to make wraiths all the time. And I attack overlords if they are at any location where right in front of my wraiths. Otherwise, I just attack his drones. And then I take my third and my fourth wraith and rally point them to my expansion so they can kill the overlord that's in my expansion. And then I go with them as well to his main and kill his drones. And well, this game is pretty short, but that's just some thoughts on how to do this and how to execute this build. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will definitely record another one with the follow-up as well.